Celia Piehl Youth Poetry Awards. I'm here just to do a couple things. First of all, to use the microphone, hold it up close so everybody can hear you. There's no sense standing up here and then talking and nobody can understand what you're saying. So put that up front. And then I think the other thing is that if you have any sort of squeal from this, we'll just push it to one side or the other, okay? And so I guess what I would really like to do is introduce then Maloney, who has really been the coordinator of the whole affair. And all the appreciation goes to her, and if you have any complaints, give it to her too.
Well, as Merle said, welcome to the 2012 Celia Piehl Youth Poetry Awards. And thank you for coming. This poetry contest was begun about 10 years ago by William Piehl in honor of his wife, Celia, who passed away in 1997. This is a program that the Band and Library Friends and Foundation is now co-sponsoring and will continue to sponsor in the future. Will wishes he could have been here. Will is 99 years old now and has recently moved to Heritage Place, and he's tired right now and was very disappointed he couldn't come, but he again appreciates everyone else being here. There is some information about Celia Piehl on one of the back tables. She lived in Coos County, worked in Coos County for 23 years. She was a social worker, a counselor, and she was also a poet. It was an important part of her identity, how she saw herself, and something she took great pride in. It may be that through poetry she found her voice. Poetry can be a way to share thoughts and feelings and to reach out and connect with others. That's what this year's contestants did with the theme of gratitude, appreciation. And as you will see, these young people appreciate many different things. Our judges this year are Weld, Champneys, and Maureen Haggerty. Weld is a local author who has had 3 books of poetry published. He has been an integral part of this competition for the past 8 years. Maureen is a member of the Band and Library Friends and Foundation. She has a master's degree in English literature and is a former high school English teacher. We thank them both for their time and effort, reading and evaluating the 90 poems that were submitted this year. I think that Weld had a couple of things he'd like to say now.
Is it sitting here, Will? We'll try it out this way. Write a poem? Why would you want to write a poem? I mean, you want to become famous? Ha! How many famous poets do you know that are still alive? Any? 1 or 2? You want to get published? Where? How many magazines do you know that publish new poetry? Any? 1 or 2? Most poets these days pay to have their books published. If you're going to write poetry for money, don't quit your day job. Okay, so why write poetry? Well, I've written poetry since I was in school, so I can tell you what it's done for me. I've had some rough times in my life. Who hasn't? Sometimes I've got depressed or felt inadequate. Who hasn't? A couple of times I've even wondered if I was going crazy. Who hasn't? But I could sit down and express my feelings. Sometimes I describe it well, and sometimes not. Maybe I'd work in some rhymes or describe a scene or character, maybe even some alliteration or metaphor or simile. And when I read it, I'd find it helped. Almost like I was listening to a song or watching a movie, a creation of art. Sometimes I'd share it with somebody, and they'd say, "That's exactly how I felt, thank you." Or sometimes I'd just put it in a drawer, and that was okay too. Sometimes I'd even tear it up. But somehow writing my feelings in an artful way helped me. And I'm not only saying the down moods, sharing the moods of excitement, love, joy, and so forth are immensely gratifying. Also, which would mean more to you? A special occasion card like a birthday or a Valentine, ready-made from the store, or one that someone had made and written themselves just for you. I know which one means more to me. I still have them in special places because they are very special to me. Now, some people who write poetry are also musical and put them together in songs. Here's a lyrical song poem by Sting. Do any of you know Sting?
Yes.
Any young people know Sting? How many know Sting is an English teacher? Anyway, this was called "I Was Brought to My Senses" from Mercury Falling. I walked out this morning. It was like a veil had been removed before my eyes. For the first time I saw the work of heaven in the line where the hills had been married to the sky. And all around me, every blade of grass, every blade of singing grass was calling out your name, and that our love would always last. And inside every turning leaf is the pattern of an older tree, the shape of our future, the shape of all our history. And out of this confusion where the river meets the sea, come things I'd never seen, things I'd never seen. I was brought to my senses. I was blind, but now I can see. Every signpost in nature said you belong to me. I know it's true, it's written in a sky as blue as your eyes, as blue as your eyes. If nature's red in tooth and claw, like winter's freeze and summer's thaw, the wounds she gave me were the wounds that would heal me. And we'd be like the moon and the sun, and when our courtly dance had run its course across the sky, then together we would lie, and out of the confusion where the river meets the sea, something new would arrive, something better would arrive. I was brought to my senses. I was blind, but now that I can see, every signpost in nature said you belong to me. Now, I'm not saying all lyrics are poems. Not by a long shot. For instance, these memorable lines from my school days. Papa Mau Mau. Anybody remember that one? Daru, let me see. Dadu Ron Ron, shoot, 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 shoot. Wop, bop, a loop, bop, bop, bam, boom. Anyway, I heard one just today, this afternoon. I'm doing a recording for my graduating class, and so I've been listening to some oldies. I want to know how many would recognize where this came from. Giddy, glub, gloopy, nibby, nabby, nappy, la, 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 lo, lo. Saba, sibby, saba, nubi, yabby, yabba, lili, lo, lo. Tubi, ubi, walla, nubi, abba, naba. Early morning singing song. Anybody remember that?
No. Yeah.
From Hair? Okay. And later on, there were, life went on with the Beatles. Obla-dee, obla-da, etc. And now we have rap. And I'm not even going to go there. I did find out somebody knew and probably went to sleep in their geography class. They said, you are the most from coast to coast, from LA to Chicago. But I did find a most poetic hip-hop line by Lil Wayne. I'm so high, I can eat a star. Now how's that for a light dessert? So I just want to say to you guys, you're on your way. I'm sure that you can even outdo the stars. You've got the tools, words. What are you going to build with them? Thank you.
Tonight, the winning poems will be read by their authors, and these students will receive their certificates and cash prizes. So I'm just going to start calling names.
And do you want to call a name and then I'll put that up and then they'll read? Or are you going to do all the...
And then I'll come up and get it. Or you?
They can go to you. Tyler, would you come up, please?
I'm thankful for communism. I'm thankful for leap years. I'm thankful for racism. I'm thankful for people who text in movie theaters. I'm thankful for drugs. I'm thankful for incompetence. I'm thankful for taxes. I'm thankful for war. And most of all, I'm thankful for sarcasm.
Okay, Tyler.
Taylor.
Thank you very much. Taylor Smith.
Can you zoom in?
Can I do what?
Zoom in?
No. Not that I know of.
Okay.
The evil entities in my life, the misconceptions they all construe, I'm grateful for the balance. Without the bad, there would be no good. With the sinners come saints, with sorrow comes jubilance, with pain comes healing, with night comes a sunrise. Complain all you'd like about the trials in life, but you won't get through it unless you accept the dark side.
Thank you, Taylor. Joey?
Crash, bang, scrape, all sounds I was hearing. Help, throw it, hurry, please, all words I was hearing. A small boat powerless, Mother Earth giving it all she had, grabbing the frail boat with her mighty crashing hands. A mighty toss connected the two. Like a brother, I pulled them from danger. Like a father, the Coast Guard took the youngest, thanked the oldest, leaving him with satisfaction, their young brother forever thankful.
And Kevin Kraft?
The War's End.
As you can see, this requires two parts.
Victory, victory, victory.
Who will cheer for me?
Our man is home.
I'm all alone.
Pack up the kids. Moving to the city.
Who will have pity?
New job, new home, new life.
Till the dirt raise the crops, what strife?
More money, more time.
No money, no time.
Going to the picture show.
Working hard to make crops grow.
Working for Ford.
No time to be bored.
Building Model Ts.
Someone help me, please.
My life has no troubles.
My life is a struggle.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Okay, Mark Lane.
PB&Js. First, apply peanut butter to one side of each piece of bread. Potato bread is preferred, however, any kind will work. You then want to add jam. Now it is very important that you apply the peanut butter appropriately, due to the extreme soakage the jam will cause in the bread if it sits for too long. Once the jam has been spread across the peanut butter covered bread, slap the two pieces of heaven together and enjoy the delicious victory of eating, without pain, from the freshly tight braces occupying my mouth.
Thank you very much. And Autumn.
Ink and metal. These words give wings to the paper birds of my dreams. Heart to heart, cruel as ice. Deep inside, you know my vice. Ink and metal and paper, scribbling lives that I savor. The feel of the pen in my hand, the ink lines as delicate as sand, lighting the way through the twisted maze of my mind, easing me through the days that society has taken from me, sickeningly sweet to see. These pages are my lifeline, tethering me to a world that is not mine. My appreciation of the written word cannot be described. The voice behind these words cannot be defined. The gratitude for ink and metal and paper is one that I will harbor forever.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, that was first, second, third, and 3 honorable mention poems. And they were all wonderful. In the back of the room on one of the tables, there are copies if you'd like to read them. And again, there is information at the table on Celia Piehl and her life. We hope that this experience has helped the students find their creative voice and hope that they are encouraged to continue writing poetry. Thank you for sharing your work with us. Thanks to your parents and teachers for supporting you in this endeavor. And that is the evening, everyone. We have coffee and juice and cookies, and please stop and visit a while. Thank you so much for coming.